Okay folks, here we are at the Ramada Inn, the Ramada Plaza as they call it. Now the taxi stand used to be right against the curb here, so now the taxis are out thus and thus this far into the roadway. What have they got left for a travel lane beside them? There's a big truck here. You've got this, that guy straddling the line trying to get around, but look what the taxi cabs have to encounter now. When they open their door and there's traffic coming, they can easily be schmucked. So Joe Schmuck, just trying to get rides for his taxi, gets schmucked when he opens the door on this very narrow lane here. It's not what they signed up for. And when a bus comes, tour bus comes to the Ramada, it has to literally block the entire lane here, and the people have to get their luggage and everything across a bike track. Did the Ramada Inn, the Ramada Hotel, is this what they bought when they bought this location? Is this what they're expecting for location and access of their customers? A bike track right smack in front. Now you'll notice here business space for lease right along the bike track, and space release. They went out of business, whoever was in here moved, and it's right along a bike track, so why isn't it leased immediately? Again, if bike tracks are so good for business, what's the problem here? These poor people at the Ramada, I don't know how they coped with this, but look at this barrier. It's a visible barrier in front of their hotel, and after a few times encountering this, somebody in a car or somebody comes to pick somebody up, a tour bus, why would they book at the Ramada with a bike track in front of it? And a little farther down on the bike track, here we see the Escoba Bistro and Wine Bar closed. Two reasons for this one: very high property taxes just skyrocketing and the business going down. But look here, the bike track right smack in front of it, a visual barrier to say, look, cars, you're really not welcome here. So you would think, right in front of a bike track, Escoba would be booming, because everybody knows that bike tracks are good for business. Well, the Escoba owner, in 1 year of the bike track being in front of his establishment, how many cyclists entered in? 25 the entire year. 25 cyclists going into Escoba. So bike tracks are really, really good for business. You can see where the barrier here has been pushed in. So obviously when it gets final approval, there'll be big cement medians here that will permanently seal this street into unproductive mode. Look at the cars here as they try to squeeze in, and when they get out, open the door. Now look at the truck here, and look how much of the lane is actually left for somebody to get through. In a snowstorm, this would be a real hazard. This poor delivery drivers, they have to have some way of getting their goods into the shops along here and stores, and quite often you'll see them going like this gentleman right here. He's walking down the street trying to open the door because the bike track puts them away. The bike track puts them away from the curb, and so they have to park sometimes half a block down and use a wheeler and bring it all the way to the establishment. So this is a real problem with bike tracks. You have all these commercial establishments that have paid high rates to locate on a major street, and then to have a bike track totally obstruct the traffic and keep it out. Deliveries very hard to accomplish.